Hello everyone, it's Mel. Today I'm going to go over the top 10 horror movies on Hulu that you haven't seen. The first one I want to talk about is 28 Days Later. This is Danny Boyle's retribution film starring Cillian Murphy, and this is one of my favorite movies of all time. It is a zombie movie, but the zombies are genetically mutated by a virus, so it's not a slow zombie movie. The zombies are fast, the zombies are mean, and the zombies are brutal. This movie was made by Danny Boyle in his own money because The Beach, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, did so bad that he was blacklisted from Hollywood. This is the film that brought him back into the forefront and turned his career all the way around. I think it's an excellent watch, and if you love horror or zombie movies, you should definitely check it out. The next movie I want to talk about is Unsane. This movie is so good. I got to see it in theaters by myself, and it was an incredible experience. This is a psychological horror movie about someone that gets locked up in a mental institution and then can't get out. It was also completely shot on an iPhone, and it's just a brilliant film. You should definitely watch it. The next movie I want to talk about is Bad Hair. This is a Hulu original film, and it's like a satirical horror comedy, and it's a black film, and it is so good. I thought it was going to be just garbage because the premise, bad hair, just sounded terrible, but it is striking. You should definitely watch this movie. Don't be afraid of it being bad because it is freaking amazing. The next movie I want to talk about is 30 Days of Night. This is a Josh Hartnett film, and I think it's one of the best vampire movies ever made. I'm not particularly keen on vampire movies, but this one blew me away. Just terrifying, gory, brilliant. The next movie I want to talk about is Event Horizon. This is a sci-fi horror film with Sam Neill, the main actor from the first three Jurassic Park movies. And I think this might be the first movie that scared the shit out of me. I was way too young when I saw it, and it is horrifying. It is such a good story. The acting is incredible, and you can feel the fear in this movie. I don't know anyone that I've talked to that isn't terrified by this movie. Go check it out. The next movie I want to talk about is Hellraiser 2. I think I saw this at around the same age as when I saw Event Horizon, and this movie also horrified me. I know the first Hellraiser movie is the one that usually gets the most attention, but in my opinion, the second one is equally as terrifying. It is gory. It's fantastic. It's probably one of the best horror sequels I've ever seen. So I would definitely check it out. The next film I want to talk about is Mama. This is a creature feature, and it is really good. It's about two children who are mothered by a monster, basically. And, oh man, just watch it. It's so good. The next movie I want to talk about is Severance. This is a horror comedy, and it's kind of described as like horror meets The Office. It's very satirical, very comedy driven, but it is a horror film. If you like to laugh and be scared at the same time, please check this movie out. The next movie I want to talk about is Willie's. I think it's Willie's in Wonderland. This is a newer Nick Cage film, and I am loving the Nick Cage renaissance, as I'm going to refer to it, which is everything Nick Cage has done after the movie Mandy. And Willie's in Wonderland is about a haunted, arcade amusement park. So there's these like animatronic animals, and they kill people. And Nick Cage is locked in this building, and a bunch of kids break in, and it's, kind of the story of what happens. And Nick Cage, I think, only has like one line in the whole movie, and it's awesome. It's funny. It's a great horror film, and it's just a good ride. Please check it out. And the last movie I want to talk about is Warm Bodies. Now, this isn't a traditional horror film. It's actually more of a love story, but I think it was a really cool take on a horror love story. I don't even know if I've ever seen another horror love story, but it's about a zombie that remembers the person he was in love with after he becomes a zombie, and he tries to reconnect with this woman that he's in love with. It may not be for everybody, but it's a super cool and original take on a horror film, and I highly recommend it. Thanks, guys, and have a happy Halloween.